Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back for another week of the What Else Is Going On podcast. If you're listening by audio, thank you so much. If you are watching on YouTube at We Go Podcast, you two are looking at two beautiful brown melanated faces. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that listen to me know who these two wonderful people are. But in case you don't, I want to introduce my real live friends. Like, these are my friends, not my IG friends, not my, hey girl, how you doing every once in a while friends. These are my friends who I can blast off to in our group chat, and won't none of y'all see it because it's probably inappropriate what I'm sending. So y'all, I am welcoming Raven and Kendrick. Hey y'all.
Hi,
honey.
so good to be here. I feel like we haven't chit-chatted in a minute.
I know.
We haven't.
Not
I'm
for the
excited.
people.
I'm nervous.
Podcast. You know, yeah.
Y'all don't listen to Raven. Raven is a professional. Raven had her own podcast as well, which I'm not putting any pressure on her. I was going to say I'm not putting pressure or nothing like that, but I do miss her voice in this space. That's all I'm going to say, but I'm not going to put any pressure on my friend. What you think, Kendrick? You think so?
I'm going to throw an idea out there. Yes, because you know
Here
me.
We go.
I think don't tell the people. I think you just change your cover to be a Love Island cover, because that's what you love to talk about anyway. These Bravo shows get on our damn nerves. So you sit up, if you change your cover and don't change the same, RSS feed, all that kind of stuff. Just change the cover, and then one day a Love Island episode pops up in their feed. They're like, wait, what is this? What did I subscribe to? And then you just let the people know. So you can start with this season of All Stars, and then you can go right into USA. I'm telling you. And then it's not on all year. So you only got to do it when the shit is on. So you ain't even got to do it all the time. And anytime you want me to come on and talk about Love Island, I'm going to come on and talk about Love Island, because I love me some Love Island. Like you love Love Island. So I'm ready to do it.
Okay, this is your best idea yet.
Anything to get her back on.
Right.
And I will listen. If I will listen to Kendrick talk about, what's the show? He talked about a Marvel show, WandaVision. So I sat down and watched it with Corey and the kids, and I was looking for Wanda. I didn't know Wanda was a white woman because I don't know no white Wandas. I said that's
the only white Wanda I know too.
Me neither.
Right.
It was a white Wanda. I said, except for the fish called Wanda, and that was so long ago. I said, no. Kendrick had me thinking this whole time Wanda was black. So I say that to say, if I listen to Kendrick's Marvel recaps, because he makes them so interesting, I will listen to you talk about Love Island.
I'll consider it. That was actually a really good idea, Kendrick. So thank you. Oh, you're right. I really do love talking about Love Island. I don't get sick of that.
But if y'all want to hear some of the old episodes of Is Bitch Better, you can certainly go and find them. And y'all would love her too. Then y'all can, I won't say, no, don't hit up her DMs, because then she ain't going to be mad at me and have to shut down her IG.
You can do it. I'm not going to see them. I don't even look at that Instagram. DM away, honey. DM away.
I feel like I was the last guest on there too. Was I the last guest?
You were. Yeah. Iconic.
Iconic, honey. Iconic. Well, we have gathered today, y'all, because we're going to talk about a little bit of Beverly Hills, a little bit of Salt Lake City, maybe touch on some sweet tea, whether it's Arizona iced tea, Nestle tea, Snapple,
Milo,
Married to Medicine, Sweet and Low. But first, I came across this article from Madame Noir, so I wanted to ask y'all thoughts on the article. And I wanted to, I didn't even text this to them. I'm getting their reaction live. So let's get on into this here article. Tales from TikTok. A boyfriend bet his girlfriend a marriage proposal if she lost weight. Is it wrong for a man to... Y'all see Raven's face already.
I know you lied.
Is it wrong for a man to entice a woman with the promise of a marriage proposal if she loses weight? So Sukiyana, Suki with the good coochie, I believe, from
yes,
that's what
indeed.
They say. Okay, that's her.
Well, she has a rap lyric that says, it's good because she always stays pregnant. So yes.
Or you're fertile.
Indeed.
Okay.
Right.
Suki with the good coochie. Okay. Because I believed it was her. I was like, I believe that's Suki with the good coochie. Okay.
Indeed.
She reposted a clip of the TikTok, and it's a woman, and she's showing her weight loss journey. And she says he bet her that they were at his cousin's wedding, and he bet her if she slimmed down her physique, they could get married. She said the boyfriend made the wager while they were at her cousin's wedding. So the TikTok video showed photos and clips of the woman working out. And I've seen some of the workout because I went, but of course that video seems to have disappeared.
Got lost.
But I've seen the other ones where she's working out, showing her workout. So in addition to taking weight loss supplements, she implemented workouts, consistency, and a little faith. A voiceover amid documentation of her transformation noted that her trimmed down body was the smallest she'd ever been. So in the caption, Suki with the good coochie, I just like saying that, said, would y'all have lost weight to get married, or does he have to accept you the way you are? I want to give y'all a couple, about 6 responses. 3 people said, wait, if he can't marry me at my biggest, I don't need him at my smallest. So she should have lost the weight and broke up with him too.
Right.
Girl, leave him, cause Then 3 other people said, if y'all think
right, heavy on the
like that, to me, that's the answer.
Right.
If y'all think she should have left him, then you're not ready for a man who wants a long, healthy life and fam with you. But let me go. Please let you go.
Girl,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'd lose the weight. And obviously it didn't upset her. It motivated her, and she ate. She's doing less of that, which is why I think she's gonna get the proposal. Right. And then the last one said, I like that he did that instead of leaving her.
What? People are so stupid. I can't. This is disgusting. And I'm mad on her behalf. You see, I got an attitude now.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Like nobody, you're not going to bet me anything for a proposal. You're either going to do it or you're not. And that's that. And we'll be fine either way. It's not that serious.
That part.
Yeah. It's just disgusting. So it's like he's probably one of those guys that would have like a prenup being like, you can't weigh more than 125 pounds or else. You know what I mean? Like that's disgusting.
You can't lose your
what happens
edges
if she gets pregnant.
Right.
Then you got to lose the weight in 2 weeks. You got to snap back like
like a rubber band.
Are you not attracted to me? Just say that, and then I'll go.
Right.
Like,
because what are you with me for right now? I don't understand.
How did we get here?
Right. Yeah. Everything about this
and what
is
do you
dumb
look
as hell. Right. That's the question.
Are you losing weight too? We're doing this together to like get healthy. No, it's just you're like you need to slim down.
And that's the thing.
What the fuck does that mean?
If she was overweight to the point where he was actually worried about her health, there's a way to say that. And there's a way to have that conversation then, hey, because clearly he knows she wants to get married, because why even make a bet to get married, a bet about anything? And like you said, Raven, first, we're not betting about, there's no bet on marriage at all. Either we're going to do it or we're not.
That's weird.
So yeah, I saw that and I was like, wow, like the mindset. I'll bet you we're at my cousin's wedding and you know I want to get married. So you tell me if you slim down, we can get married. Okay.
And if I don't, we're just going to keep doing this. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Do you even want to get married? I'm like,
I want y'all to know I hate
this is
both
my
of them,
prize.
honestly.
I hate both of them.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Him
They're
and
ding
her.
dongs.
Yeah.
Because they might belong together now that I think about it. Because if you're willing to do this for him, then I don't want to call you a special kind of fool, but if you really think that this is like making us like a sustainable relationship for the rest of your life, anytime you got to trick somebody into marrying you, marriage might not have the best foundation. I'm just going to say that. That's my humble opinion. So if you got to sit up here, the man said, please, if you lose the weight, then we can get married. Well, first of all, what is she getting out of this? Like, is he so rich or so clearly not so loving as a partner, because he only will keep her as a girlfriend at a certain weight, but will marry her if she drops the weight? And this ain't got nothing to do with health. None of these other kind of reasons that these people in the comments trying to make us say. This is this man trying to gain control over somebody, see if he can have it. Clearly he can get it because she's willing to do that. Because if it was me, I would have lost that weight, just like the commenter said. I would have lost that weight. We would have went to another wedding. That's why I would have broke up with his ass. I would have found me somebody else at the wedding. Now that I'm fine as wine and slim as wind. Okay, you ain't about to do all this dumb shit with me and expect me to stay. No, but it don't work out like that. Sorry.
Well, and it's also like, what else are you going to do? What other kind of tricks are you going to pull in the future? What else are we going to be betting on? I got to do this to get this and do this to get that.
You need a 6-figure job or we can't have kids. Like, like get out of here.
Right, exactly.
Right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
You want a house? Well, you better get a BBL. Because that's next.
Wait, you have to get it. Raven, speaking of BBLs, I'm sorry, this is so random, but yesterday I was looking at fitness workouts for Black women, right? And I don't know how, if somebody looked at my For You page, they would be like, because it's all just like butts and stuff like that, right? But I'd be looking at a lot of workouts.
I have a few butts on mine too.
Yeah, so
me as well.
I'm like, butts and bobs, actually, bob haircut. My For You page is butts and bobs.
Come on,
and it
Bob.
does a bob.
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Bob. So, but this girl has a page and she talked about a BBL and what she wishes she knew after getting a BBL. And I've read hers, and then I've read like a lot of the comments. They were saying it was true. They said your coochie swells up. I did not know that.
What?
Like that's one of the side effects that she experienced really bad. And she said she was out with her friend walking, and she walked past these two women, and one of the women said to her friend, if I trust me, I would never let you come out in public looking like that. And she said, I knew they were talking about me, but I was too sore to fight, so I just went home.
Not too sore to fight.
She did right. If you can't tussle, take your ass home, okay? Don't start no fight and get your ass whooped in public.
It swells up and then it just stays that way. I'm imagining like an enormous.
Me too. And then so
if they're noticing it, it's really, what was she wearing?
That's what I'm wondering. Was you in them tights trying to show off that BBL?
Yeah, most likely that. Yeah, one of those.
And now you're showing off that BBP or whatever.
Wait, a fupa without the U instead of a fat upper position, just the fat.
Right, exactly. A little
because I was shocked. And then one lady was like, oh, and she was like, so the lesson is wear your garments. And then other people were like, I wore my garments. My vagina was still swole for a year. And I was like,
a year.
Oh, no. So I'm like, so can you use it?
That's the next question. That's probably not
right.
A safe place.
But I bet they use.
I bet they're using it. Yeah,
of course they are.
Or maybe they're using the B.
Maybe it's so.
But that's new too.
That's dangerous as well. Yeah.
But I don't know why that made me jump over there. But yeah, I was like, as I'm reading, I'm like, what am I reading? Blow that up a little bit bigger with that.
You need to share these things when you see them.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yes.
Because I ain't gonna lie. I wanted the picture of the front. I need to see what the other people saw. What did they say to make them make that comment?
I've never heard this before. That's crazy.
Ever. I was like,
I'm gonna go on Rolly page and I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, girl, you got two of them at this point. So
I'm out of here. But let me know what she says.
Right.
Yeah, and y'all, it's so funny. Y'all, for those of y'all that watched my last video talking about the Zeus CEO, and I said Raven and Kendrick, because I called y'all out, have me wanting to watch Baddies, and Dan, Raven, Kendrick, and Dan got me wanting to watch Baddies. I was like,
telling you.
You have to.
I feel, you know what? I can feel my morality and intelligence dropping every Sunday, but it's like I don't care. Like it does something to my soul. And let me tell you something. Never has there been a season with an actual like through storyline or anything like that.
Okay.
It's literally just like every episode just sets up people to fight. That's literally just it.
There's nothing there, nothing. Just get into the bag.
Right.
They don't do all the time, tequila, Hennessy, fighting, and
doing your big one.
Yes, you do have to do your big one.
You have to. It's very important to do your big one on Baddies.
If you don't, you're a loser.
Okay, see, I definitely need to watch, because there were times, and I still do it every once in a while, when I needed a good night's sleep, something to like sing me to sleep. I will pull up Bad Girls Fight Clubs. Like I like the fight scene, so maybe Baddies would be good for me.
Yeah,
maybe it will if that lulls you to sleep. Because
I love a good old bad. And I was gonna ask you, in comparison to Bad Girls Club, Which one do you like better?
Oh, they don't compare.
You can't compare them. Like, I love Bad Girls Club, and I am always rewatching it, especially season 7. But
the season,
you can't,
okay?
Yes, but you just can't even compare.
There's no
they're
comparison.
just so different. No, they're so different.
It's Bad Girls Club, but on a streamer. Like, they don't have the ties down of like being on cable television.
Okay.
So
there's
like,
no rules.
No rules.
It's a lawless place.
They showed an entire episode of somebody, like, supposedly we don't know if she was
do
or
this,
not.
Kendrick. Did you see where he started to do yes.
We don't know if she
don't
was
do smiling.
But she was having a seizure, and they showed it the whole episode, like the entire time. Her, like, literally little vomit, like coming out of the wheelchair, shit. Like, they literally just on her the whole time. And you know what,
Kendrick?
No, do you know what the other girls were saying while she was doing this? I'm gonna beat that bitch up.
You lying.
Like, because that bitch is faking and she's ruining our day. We were supposed to have fun, and now we just out here watching her fake ass. This is fake. She faked her miscarriage. She's faking this. She's faking that. And I'm gonna whoop her ass when she gets back.
And she's shaking and stuff.
Now, Taria, in their defense,
it's not adding up.
It's not adding up. She came right back after the hospital, and she didn't want them to do nothing to her at the hospital. She left
the hospital. The hospital. I don't even know if that was a hospital. First of all, she was like having her seizure in the Sprinter van, and they like roll her through this very long parking lot. I don't know. It's just like a parade of people behind her in this wheelchair, and then get her into this room, and there's a doctor? ?
Very much.
The whole thing was very weird.
So none of that may have been real. None of it.
No idea. All we know is they wanted to beat her up because of the seizure.
And so that's probably going to happen today. We're going to see the fallout.
Yes.
Today.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Zeus is giving out the money. When I heard Krishan talking about they offered her $100,000. So can y'all clear this up for me then? If y'all know, Krishan said, you got to know your worth. Mm-hmm. If I never see her name, but even though I've mentioned it like twice this week, she said you got to know your worth, and that they were trying to pay her $100,000. Lemmy offered her $100,000. She said $200,000, and so she was trying to like meet in the middle of $150,000. She has to mean per season, right? You can't mean per episode.
Baddies, like,
I don't know. They got money.
Zeus like gives out a check. Like, I don't know how they make this happen, but like they give out bags. It's probably ain't. I don't know what they got going on over there. I just know that this man has a whole like he got a whole harem of women, and
they said he's slanging
around some stuff, and the S and the T too, right?
Yeah.
Just
the
S to the T too.
The S to the T to the D.
Right, all of it. He's slanging everything, and
I didn't know he was married.
He's
to the reunion host.
Yes, I didn't know that.
I don't know if they together.
Janicia,
is it? Yeah. I don't know if they married or engaged or what, but they together and have been like the whole time.
Oh no!
I had to come to these reunions swinging like, you effing my man, and I got to host a reunion with you. Like,
exactly.
Really?
And I wondered why she was the host, because I was like, who is this woman? She doesn't seem to be a fit. Like, this doesn't make sense.
She be trying to get them to resolve stuff, and like them people coming to fight, baby. They showed up to the reunion with tennis shoes on. Like, baby, this ain't what they came to do. I'm sorry, but
did you watch the show?
That. Right. Come on. This ain't that. I'm sorry.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know that until I was texting with my friend Dan, and I said, he over there slinging D in checks and a whole bunch of other stuff. And he was like, something about his wife. And I said, he's married. And he sent me the picture of Nene and her, the announcement. And I was like, that's his wife? Like, that is crazy.
Wait, can we talk about that for a second? How do y'all think they got Nene to do this?
I was getting ready to ask y'all that. Do y'all think people say she's getting to
okay? Yes. Yes. Whatever you about to say, yes.
You know her rap song, come on and get this. So she gets you the bag, I guess. I know that people say all money ain't good money, but I wonder what they give her.
Do.
I don't know.
You said it'll do
a large check.
It's gotta be
to agree to it.
I'm thinking 500,000.
It better be.
Right.
It's beneath her. I'm sorry. Like Nene, do you know who you are?
Right.
Zeus. Listen, and I love Zeus. I watch all this shit, but like you don't belong there. That's not for you.
See, okay, I have a theory.
Okay.
My theory is that because listen, we talk, we watch faithfully like every Sunday.
Yeah.
Zeus is what we're planted, but like people talk down on Zeus a lot because of the content that it puts out. But the people watch, like their Zeus Instagram account, when they post something, them people are engaging about the shows.
Okay.
Like Zeus is like kind of that girl.
They know what they're doing.
I mean, she
yeah.
bald-headed, but she's still that girl, But the thing is, I have to assume
Zeus got the good coochie like Sukiana. They bringing the boys to the yard.
Okay, milkshakes afloat. I'm in my mind, I'm thinking that he had to have convinced her, like, if you do this reunion and it goes well, and the people like asking about you, we can potentially talk about a show.
Oh,
and I think she would do a show on Zeus. Now, what that show is gonna be, it had to be something like not Nene's Cabaret, but it had to be like her, like with some other people, like corralling the girls for a night. A ghetto ass Vanderpump. Well, Vanderpump.
And her
like
lounge.
A Zeus level. Yeah, it's a Lenithia Lounge. Me too. Are you kidding me? Is that closed or what?
I was gonna say, I think it might be with bar one gone.
Open it back up. I don't care.
Not bar none, child.
Bar none. Peter said he's gonna have it open in 3 weeks, even though he just got evicted. He said He said within 3 weeks he'll have it up and running, and him and the landlord have no beef because they've done business for 30. They've done business for 30
years. Lying like this, right? Shut up. Why did you say that?
Well, you could just say nothing.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how I know Peter Thomas going through it, because they said that man was driving with no insurance. And if y'all never been down bad, down bad,
one of the first things to go, I've been there.
You got to pick which bills you want to pay. That insurance is not getting paid. I'm sorry. You got to catch my ass in the street, because I'd be okay without that damn Progressive or that damn Allstate. Okay.
Yes, I did. But like, why are you driving drunk without it?
That's
calling Uber.
And your tags are expired. Oh, he's just too old for this.
I was like, you know how old I was when I went through that? Granted, I had children, but I was still not his age going through that.
Right.
And I said, I know Cynthia is tired of seeing these articles. Cynthia Bailey's ex, Peter Thomas.
She is like, please leave me out of it. I have a whole other husband after him. That's not the one that you referred to anymore. Like, I don't know that man.
Yeah, like he's not even the same man.
Embarrassing.
When we was together, he had insurance.
I just got rid of. No, not that one. I've been done with Peter. Okay,
that's a different man. We had insurance when he was together.
She had insurance. And he was authorized on there.
Right. They had that good insurance. They had that Progressive. Now he's rolling around with what's that shit Shaq be promoting?
The General.
I be seeing them commercials. I be like, no.
Their insurance is $2. Their their copay is $4,500.
Right. Like, girl, I'm just gonna get a new car. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it, General. Don't worry about it.
Well, speaking of scammers,
oh boy,
I'm gonna roll right into Salt Lake City. Now, look,
let's,
because I need to hear y'all's thoughts. For me, I don't fall on any particular side. I feel like Monica is funny and makes me uneasy. Like if she came over to dinner, I will put all my medicines up because I don't trust that you ain't gonna rummage through my cabinets. I'm gonna put my purse up because I don't want it to go walking. Like I feel like Monica may see my purse. She gonna take everything out of it. She ain't gonna take my stuff, but because she like the purse, she'll take the purse. Like that's how I feel with Monica.
Not leave the wallet in the pocketbook.
She will leave everything. She'll say, but I left it on the bed for you. I just liked the purse. So that's how she's
only gonna take what she needs.
Yes, right. I feel like she makes me feel like that little Kim gift. I just don't know where I am. Where I am.
I agree with you.
But I like her and she's pretty.
Yes,
like
right.
Mary said.
And like, I don't know. So I haven't like really talked to anyone about this. I have these thoughts just floating through my head, but like, I don't know, you guys. I just like wasn't particularly moved by the whole reality Von Teese thing. Like I just don't really think it's that big of a deal. Yeah. Like, okay.
Like the episode or like the scandal itself?
Yeah.
No, like the scandal itself. No, I love the
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
Episode was so good.
No,
Oh,
like,
God. Oh, but
okay.
yes,
Like,
yes. I
guys, get
agree.
over it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the fact that people are more outraged by that than like Jen or like other housewives, I just don't. That's really irritating me. I don't think it's that deep. Like everyone has said, like who among us has not received a DM from a housewife or two about something so that we could share it? Like it's no different. It's just really not that big of a deal. But like you, Taria, like, do I trust her? Would I be friends with her? Like, no. But I wouldn't with any of the housewives. I don't really think they're great people. And
Right.
that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
But
I don't want to be around them. I don't want to talk to them. Nothing like that. But
Same.
it's like whatever.
Now, do you think if you were on the cast, because that's what I was like, okay, if I was on the cast, would you be able to trust her, or would you feel comfortable filming with her? Because I feel like on these shows, there are some that are true friends, right? But then we know there are others that come in through whomever, but end up forging real relationships. Or even if they don't forge real relationships, let's say you may go out with a group of people and some of your friends are there and y'all get to talking and something personal slips out, right? Because y'all having a good time. Do you feel like you would ever be comfortable enough to let your guard down at all if you were filming with her?
No, but I would be able to do that with anyone on a like show situation.
Yes,
that's exactly
To be honest, like you know me, like
that's true.
Like if I don't fuck with you, like it's a wrap.
It's
like I'm going to be like how Giselle is treating Candace.
Like I don't
know you. I don't see you. It's not, and that's just gonna be that.
Yes.
So like I can be there, but
Okay,
like,
got
you're
you.
not gonna get anything out of me. I see right through you. It's not
Okay.
You're not there.
My goal would be to make the best show possible.
Yes.
Now that they're seeing like how much the ratings have jumped and how much like the people see it for Salt Lake City, I would be like, okay, this is a prime opportunity to bring Monica back and drag her ass all season 5. They talking about I would never film another scene with her. I would like, y'all are the biggest fools on the planet if y'all don't want that girl to come back next season.
Yeah.
I said on my podcast, I think that Monica's best route, number one, she would have to go to production and tell them, you got to make Mary Cosby full-time.
Yeah.
You got to make her full-time so I have somebody that's actually a friend to me. Number two, Whitney is the lowest hanging fruit. She's not going to carry this grudge forever. Like, I can tell you that.
No,
I feel like she's over it already, but she's right. So go to Whitney, forge a friendship with her. So then you at least got 2 people on your side. Meredith, I feel like at some point she'll get over it because she hates Angie and them more than anything else. So she like, you know what, this ain't even that much. I don't care about that. The other 3, I would wait. I would make them 2 my good friends. And then I would use that to whistle like a talls versus smalls in Atlanta thing.
Yes.
I don't care if I'm friends with y'all. I'll beef with your ass for the rest of the time on this show, but at least I got 3 in my corner now. That would be the smartest move. She gonna have to like play this strategically or she not coming back. And that would be the biggest shame for this show because they need her on this show.
And like you said, I think that I have said too, I think Whitney and Meredith would jump to her team. Mary and Meredith seem to have a real relationship. Even Meredith's son Brooks loves Mary. I think they have a real relationship. In turn, Whitney is trying to see things like the audience. I'll never forget when they went on that girls trip and her and Heather were going back and forth, and Heather, I forget what it was that Heather said was true, but Whitney was like, we have a show to film, honey. So it's like Whitney thinks about the show. So I feel like she would jump with them too. What would gag them is, oh, I don't want to, like you said, instead of saying I don't want to film with her, show up the first day of filming and have some printouts. Here you go. This is some gossip for you, for your site. I figured that since we're gonna run, just something like, since we're gonna run it, let's do it. What you want to talk about? You know what I mean? Or something, or like anything, like you said. But I feel like saying I'm never gonna film with her, y'all are shooting yourself in the foot. That doesn't work well. And let's be clear, different housewives hold different weight. Even if people don't agree, you were not a Giselle Bryant, Heather Gay, that's going to be able to do that.
Not even fucking close. That's the other thing. Heather is a loser. I'm sorry. I lost all respect for her Was that last season when she was running behind Jen, had her head all the way up her
Oh,
ass? And like now you come back and you just like think
you
you're up here.
tough
Like, girl,
Tony, like,
please. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Because
we're
now,
not taking it anymore. Like you didn't have that energy with Jen and you never would. She could come back and you put your head right back up her ass again. I'm positive. But you're over here on the beach crying and carrying on about the thing. Like, girl, get out of here.
And
Get
do
out of
y'all
here.
remember,
No.
Raven, your account was big. Kendrick, your account is big. I know y'all got stuff from Reality Vontees because I got stuff from Reality Vontees, and I do not remember it ever being about the other women.
Well, that's what I was going to ask because they're all upset. But what I'm not seeing on the reunion, and I haven't seen on Instagram, but it's possible I missed it. What was said about them?
Yeah.
That they are so upset about.
right.
Why aren't we getting those receipts? You got like videos and recordings of Monica saying this and that about she wants to be like Kim Kardashian. But what did she say about you?
Right. And to me, call her out in a
me.
lie and keep it moving. Yep. Be like, girl, you lying. This is what you said. I didn't like the video that they play. Okay, yeah, you may have got her on the Kim Kardashian one, but she wasn't calling Mary a dumb bee. That she was calling Jen one.
No, exactly. Like,
Thank
did you listen to it?
Right.
Pull the recording.
I think I will say that was smart of them. Like if their goal was to alienate Monica and make sure she didn't have a friend, that was the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they counted on the fact that Mary Cosby don't like y'all. So like if she has to see it for Monica in order to not see it for you, that's what's gonna happen. So y'all coming to her saying, well, she called you this, she called you that. Mary don't care. It's fine. She ain't called it to my face yet. And that's my issue with you. You say all this stuff in your confessional.
Boom.
That's it. Sorry. You're not gonna pull Mary Cosby against her. So keep trying, but it's not gonna happen.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like again, Heather, you took so much abuse, physical and verbal from Jen, calling you all these names, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Did
so
y'all
I cannot
see?
get behind her on this at all.
No. Did y'all see?
A joke, my friend.
But Lord. I feel like because now that Google played her receipts, timeline, proof, screenshots, now that the man on the Florida said it, that head is like getting big.
Yeah, and that's fine, but it's gonna come back down because people were like bigging her up after the first season too, I think, and then it flipped on her.
See, my favorite
she
Heather
needs to relax a little bit.
Right. My favorite Heather was actually I actually liked it when she started kind of leaning into the villain of it all. Like season 3, that was my favorite Heather because she was like showing up to dinner and like I know Whitney like had this whole thing about her, but she was like, I don't care about none of that. Like, what's your real issue with me? And she was calling it out. That to me was the best Heather ever was.
Yes.
But then obviously sticking by Jim, but then she went on Ultimate Girls Trip and you put her around these other housewives that like show you how to be a housewife. And then it's like, oh yeah, you good for Salt Lake City,
right?
But I don't know about anywhere else.
Not a real. I mean, I don't know. That wasn't gonna be. That's not what I meant. What I mean.
I know what you mean.
You can't like the way
Housewives
like, oh, I'm rolling
pole.
with the big dogs. I'm rolling with the big dogs. Like, no, you aren't. You're walking behind them.
Yes.
You are. I don't even know how you made it here. Okay?
They let you hold the purse when they go in. They let you hold the purse.
She the armor bearer.
Yeah. But that's about it. Sorry.
Yeah, like I don't like this. And I'm gonna tell y'all every single time I said I'm gonna let people stop trying to talk me into seeing people how I know that they are not. Y'all know I have never from season 1 seen it for Lisa Barlow. I can admit and say she's pretty. I like her outfit. There's something about her that I just never really trusted. And I guess I should say I felt like she was inauthentic, but then I tried to give her something this season. Like I feel like when Monica was upset about the Bermuda and she went to the bathroom after her and you could hear her crying with Monica, I was like, oh, she's what is that called? An empath. And then when Heather was on the beach and she's like, you're gonna cry, and she's crying, and then
that made me laugh.
Is that more about
don't announce that I'm about to cry?
Like, my tears go just like this, right along with my butthole clench right up. Like
you're taking me out of it.
Yes,
like,
right.
Just stop. You do too much. And now I'm starting to think, is that just her way of making it about her?
Yes, of course.
In that.
Oh yeah,
it is.
You know.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think? Let me tell you. What solidified my
Oh.
With Lisa
Uh-huh.
was that conversation when Mary said that Mormonism was rooted in racism, and she said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Can somebody ask me? I'm Mormon, even though we're talking to the two ladies that were born and raised in Mormon. And then she had the nerve to throw a black man's name out and say he was a Mormon, and then said, I'm a Jewish Mormon. She did exactly what Dorit did to Garcelle when she said, I'm Jewish. I said,
It got weird.
And then going to put on Twitter, I never heard that. I've never heard that in my life. And
I was about to say,
it took me back to white women who, just because they haven't experienced it or saw it before, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like, that's just not how the world works. Like you said,
Right.
you have these two women born and raised in this shit. Like, yeah, that's true. And you're like a new Mormon, like you wear your little strapless stuff to the temple or whatever the fuck she said. And you're like, no, that's not true. Like, yes, it is. Why are you lying? You're making it weird now.
Yeah.
Right.
And threw out a black name.
Yes, that's true. Yes, it was fucked up. Yes. Yeah. Like, what?
Who was the man she said too?
I
didn't bother looking it up.
Me neither. I was going to Google, then I was like,
probably a made up person, honestly.
I thought she said Lemmy. I said from Zeus.
Oh Lord.
Now, wouldn't that be some shit?
Right. Now, Lim, I know you better get excommunicated because all you got going on over there. I literally, it feels like a lot of times Lisa doesn't know, and this is probably so offensive to say, but she feels like she doesn't know much about Mormonism. Like she claims, that's a lot of times like Christians will like quote the stuff they've heard from other people.
Yes.
Like, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. And you like, what are you talking about? What do you say? And can't tell you nothing. Exactly.
Right.
Nothing about it. And she feels like that, like a popcorn person, almost like I just got the little quotes for you, but not the actual in church experience. I don't know. She's always, but you're right. I feel the same way about Lisa Barlow. And I think it's because whenever somebody gets loved so fast and I'm not there, then the love becomes overwhelming. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what did I miss to like make y'all like stand this person like that? And they're like, but she loves fast food. I'm like, me too. Like, what do you like? What do you? What is that like to stand about a housewife? Like, I've never gotten it, but whatever makes y'all enjoy the show, child. That's all I care about. Enjoy the show.
I mean, the people say she's iconic because she got on a hot mic and read Meredith, and Candace be reading the girls down to their faces, and y'all don't like her. I'm just saying, she's iconic for that reason.
Right. It's a lot.
And it wasn't really a read. She just was off. Like,
and her poser family. I hate them all. I hate her.
Yeah, like you sound like a little kid that's having a tantrum.
And she actually, when the housewives say, don't bring up my family, normally nobody's talking about your family, but she actually was talking about Meredith's family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I very much was so irritated by her and by when Mary said, do you have a pause button? She's like, no, I'm always on play. That type of person irritates me because it's like, you never know when to shut up. What do y'all think about talking. Angie? Always. Oh, and she kept inserting herself. Did y'all know during the whole, and I know housewives, you got to get in there.
Be quiet.
Yes.
Not that much.
Yeah.
Just sit some of it out. Oh my God.
Right.
Like your time is coming.
So, what do y'all think about Angie K? I feel like she started off seeming like she wanted to make her issue with Meredith front and center, so that way she had a thing. But then once she kind of relaxed, I was with her.
Yes. And
she did way too much at the beginning.
Yeah. I couldn't stand her, but she's grown on me. Like, I like her now.
Me too.
Same.
And like, don't try too hard. We don't like that.
And we could see it. And I liked even her having that conversation with Monica. I liked how she decided to not, yes, Lisa, I didn't like her in the beginning, but I'm not going to keep that same energy because she came and apologized and we had a conversation. So my relationship, I like the fact that she didn't just keep up the I hate Monica thing in the season. She actually sat down with her, had a conversation. They talked about their backgrounds. We learned about Angie K and her mom, and it was her dad that took care of her and not her mom. So just by having that conversation, we learned so much more about her. And I think that's where Housewives falls short too. You want to keep up this beef, but then there's a part of you that we don't get. Like that conversation with Angie and Monica was so organic. We got to know you a little bit more, Angie. I mean, we know that you're Greek and you're Greek.
Yeah, we got that. We got it.
And you're Greek and you look good in your bikini. And also she's pretty too.
She looks great.
Yes. She looks so good.
Beautiful.
When Mary said
her laid at the reunion too.
Ooh.
Yes, she looks the best at the reunion.
Yeah.
I hate Salt Lake's looks at reunions consistently.
Always. Heather's literally worn the same dress, I think, 3 times in a row now. I'm almost positive.
Stop it. Because it's like she moved out of the like mother of the bride dresses into like kind of a different style, but the color is awful.
It is. It almost like matches her skin tone because she tan, like she tries to do like the tanner beforehand. So it's like this orange on top of like a little bit of a lighter orange. And I'm like,
yes,
it's not working.
Yeah.
She's managed to look, okay, hear me out. Because I don't normally, I feel like all women are beautiful, all creatures are beautiful in God's sight. I get that. I truly believe that.
Not the preface, child. Oh, Lord.
I'm scared, but I'm sure I'm going to agree.
Right.
When they showed her first, when they were first showing us glimpses of the reunion coming, and then when they showed, and I looked at her, I said, how has she managed to look refreshed yet older at the same time? I don't like,
damn,
like she didn't got something done, so like it's like a whoo, but then also like like something happened, and I just can't.
Beauty lab.
Yeah, she's probably always doing stuff, probably experimental things.
Yeah,
too,
right. Like, I don't know.
That's what you get Monica for, right?
Listen,
right. The people who don't want to pay or they want a discount.
Did y'all see that Monica's lawsuit has been dismissed? But Heather's is still, yes.
Wait.
Monica's countersuit.
Oh, okay.
It's been dismissed.
I'm sure
Ray was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, you have to pay. You have to pay for things. You do. Like, wasn't that Angie that said that? Like, pay her bills. You do.
Right. And she said, no.
Yeah, she just said no. I was like, no. Okay, Monica, I can't help you on this one.
I can't help you, but also saying
that's
I don't want to pay.
Yeah, I don't want to pay either, so I don't get it.
Oh
right?
My God! When she said no, that's all I got to say to the people when they call.
Right?
Like, no. Anything else?
I'm not gonna do it.
Like,
right.
Nothing else. I'm not going.
Would you like to make a payment today? No, you called me. What do you mean? No, thank you.
Why would I want to do that?
Right.
Stupid question. Don't call me with no more bullshit.
But have a blessed Sunday.
Why would I want to do that?
No.
No, ma'am. What are you thinking? Oh my gosh. Okay, what did y'all think about Meredith? And I didn't say anything about their marriage. I talked about her husband. Now I knew what she was trying to do.
Yeah,
Meredith loves semantics.
Yes,
but
she does.
Yeah, law degree.
And very much Phaedra. Very much Phaedra. Like when they both do that same kind of like, I didn't say that what I said was, and it's like that, okay, same thing, but you know what? Take it. I don't want to get in a battle of the words with you.
Yeah.
I feel like Meredith was like one of my favorite parts at this reunion because her coming with a document. That's when I say show me the receipts, that's what I mean. She read off every single thing. She pulled from headlines, the show, Instagram. Like she pulled from everywhere. Anything Angie has said about her, she found on that list. She like, this is just what I threw together. I said, I know that's right, Meredith. I know that's right.
Didn't take very long on this. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I've always liked Meredith. You know when I really liked Meredith? When she didn't leave Mary hanging by herself that season with Jenny, because we all knew and sensed what was going on with Jenny. And I feel like the cast and more so viewers alike turned on Meredith during that season because she had Mary's back. That's the whole reason Lisa turned on her, was because she had Mary's back. And because of that, I appreciated her for not just leaving Mary out.
Meredith
right or wrong.
Meredith's always my favorite in Salt Lake City, simply because she is like an actual character. Like she's one of the ones I don't feel like is like trying to be another type of housewife. Like, you know, people come in, they're like, oh, I guess I'll be the Nene of the show, or I'll be the Portia on the, like, I feel like I don't know what Meredith is, and it's so funny to me. Like every time she does anything, like from the like interacting with her family, and they all have the exact same voice. Yes. That's funny as hell. Her like every time she gets drunk, it's hilarious. Like I like Meredith as the character she is. Like Meredith is Meredith, and that's just what it is.
One of
like
a kind.
Yeah, one of a kind, and that's what I like about it. Everyone else is still trying to like figure out who they want to be on reality TV, but I think Meredith is just like, I don't know what I am, and I like that about right. This is just
take
me.
It or leave it.
I like it.
That's a really good point. Because she's definitely been consistent throughout all of the seasons. I feel like she definitely has. Yeah. When she was the way she was just sitting up there, and you said we could take the house. That is not what I said.
And I was like, that doesn't sound like something Meredith would say, Monica.
Right.
That's how you received it. Not what that lady said.
What she said and what went in. Two totally different things.
That's how you translated it. That is not what that lady said, and I know it's not.
Let me tell you something, Monica. People who we pay attention to everything, so I noticed during Monica's time on the season, and also at that reunion, you know when Monica's lying because they would throw out, "You said X, Y, and Z." Heather, pause. What do you mean, Angie? You said X, Y, and Z. Angie. Pause. What else don't you like about me? Our reality Von Teese. Pause. Heather, what do you mean? Girl, you lying. I said, oh, that's her tick right there. Whenever she's lying.
It is. And then she will like come clean anyway. So it's like, girl, who cares? Just say it.
Right.
Just say, oh, you got me.
You know what I loved about that finale that she did with Lisa? It's something that I do in real life because I hate a stupid question. Like I hate a stupid question. Like when Heather confronted her with all this, she was like, she said, "That's not entirely true." And then Lisa was like, "What do you mean it's not entirely true?" It means that some of it's true and some of it's not. Like, what's supposed to be my answer to that? Like, what that means. It's not entirely true. Like, what do you mean? Shut up.
It's very simple. It's the the answer is in the question. Like, what do you mean?
Literally.
I can't simplify it any further. And when you ask me a stupid question, I'm gonna give you a stupid answer.
Every time.
I'm gonna say anything at all.
Thank you.
What do you mean? Girl,
Lisa got up like she was ready to fight at the
and like sit down. Cause let me tell you something. Monica, I know that girl will fight. She fights, she can fight, and she will.
Right.
So have a seat. You aren't gonna do a thing. Angie, put those flowers down.
That to me, I felt like Angie should have. I would have felt stupid, but I would have had to make that a moment, even if I got in trouble. Like if I'm gonna go through the trouble of picking them up, because now I feel stupid.
Right. Right.
Smash them the other direction or something.
Right, or something.
Like you're just making room on the table for more food.
Didn't Monica say like throw them or something? Or what are you gonna do? Girl, she dared you.
You're right.
That's just like somebody saying, tell me shut up one more time.
Yeah. And they better stop playing with Monica because she's looking for one of y'all to hit her. She'll sue the shit out of you.
She is. She's gonna take your house.
Right.
You better watch it.
She's gonna take your house, your man.
Before we
your sister's man.
All right. Hello. Can we talk for a second about, because I'm sorry. I had to rewind it a few times. When that lady fell down them steps at her house, I don't know why they didn't put that in the show, but when I tell you, my favorite thing in the world is people falling. I'm sorry, that sounds terrible, but nothing makes me laugh more than people falling. If there's some ice involved, then it's like next level for me. But if they just falling down, that lady fell so hard that her shoe came off. When I tell you I had to grab my stomach to laugh, to be okay during this episode, you know how mad I would be if I fell at somebody else's house, a shoe came off, and then not only that, people started surrounding her to see if she was okay.
So embarrassing. Like, please get away.
That's why she started crying and said, I want to go home now.
I would have done the same thing.
Right.
It hurt, but I'm even more embarrassed than the pain that I'm in right now. You guys gotta get out of my face.
Like, please.
Wait a minute. I watched it so many times to hear
that was bad. Why doesn't she have railings?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Carol from New York. Her staircase. That's so dangerous.
Why would you wait a minute. I said that who was the guy that ran to her? Because you see how he made sure to say nobody else is falling. And somebody else is falling. It's the shoes.
He probably built that house. That's why he's scared now. He's like, oh
did.
Lord.
He was like, nobody else has fallen. I felt that in her, like when she was like, she was almost like you said, when you fall and people keep asking, are you okay? Yes. You good? Yes. And then by that fifth time, you crying.
Right.
I want to go home now. I felt that in my soul. I said, I want you to go home. They said
Right.
do you remember before, like, it had to be maybe a month or two back, she posted the pictures of her legs. They was all bloody and everything.
No.
I'm not laughing at that.
I am.
My timeout, no, because Kendrick, I'm gonna send this to y'all. I saw this TikTok of this man
No.
slipping and sliding on the ice.
Was it the maintenance guy?
Cigarette in his hand.
Right. Me and my cousin both. When I tell you, people falling is the funniest thing in the world to us. I saw that and I sent it to her immediately because he was like, it was like he was surfing down there.
Like, whoa, oh my god! They're like,
Yes,
I did not silly. Like he's falling,
and he had the cigarette funny. Like these the whole time. Like, whoa!
Oh my god.
Yeah, there is something about falling down escalators, up escalators. Raven is crying. I'm almost crying. Oh my gosh.
It gets me every time.
Kendrick's fault.
It is
Kendrick's fault. Ever since he said that, I can see that, man.
You can see him just fly
down that
every time.
Did you say snowboarding?
That's what it looked like.
He was like this, like literally both hands out. He's like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I Monica, I'm gonna find it. She posted on her legs. And so I think her attitude with Angie and her mom leveled. If I'm not mistaken, when she was sitting down with Angie and going back, it was after she had.
See, I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Angie will be for the rest of the season if I fell down them stairs.
She had already fallen. I am y'all listening and watching. Let me know. I'm pretty sure because I remember when all this stuff started coming out when she posted about I fell down your stairs. You don't have any railing. She was pissed in that. How my mama gonna have your back? And I just.
No, that would piss me off too.
Right.
I'm here
like, wait a minute. But no, Taria, she said that at the reunion. She said after that I had to go back upstairs and film with my mom.
Yeah. So
I got this the same stairs.
So she got blood running down her legs.
I would
she
not.
She scuffed from knee to ankle.
I would have quit the show.
Her leg was propped up. If you notice, they didn't show the bottom of her leg. Her leg was propped up. Her leg was propped up. So I'm trying to have this conversation with this lady here. And then here you come talking about make it right. And I almost killed myself.
Oh, that lady's shoe came off. Oh, Lord.
I want to go home now.
Oh, Lord, the shoe came off, Jesus.
And what got me, y'all go back and watch that scene and that man running to her saying, no one else is falling down the stairs.
It's like, why are you saying that to me?
Right.
That's the first thing you think to say to me when you see that I fell down the stairs.
And she's lucky she didn't go head first.
Oh, gosh. Then she would have really owned that house.
Listen, I need the footage because I need to understand how she ended up sitting on her butt but scraped the front of her legs.
That's what made me think she did that like Jason Derulo at the Met Gala, like that forward tumble. And that means that shoe went like this. That sucker went flying because I know she went head first over them steps. Ooh.
The fact that she just, oh my God. I need all the footage.
Right.
When she last thing about the fall, I'm sorry, just playing it in my mind. She went stomping around that corner. I'm getting out of here. F you. Bop, bop,
now
bop,
she's making another scene. Yeah, she's like, well, since everyone's gathered here.
Right.
Can you imagine stomping off mad and then falling like that?
Ooh.
Okay, that y'all gonna make me go back and watch. Oh my gosh,
not a good Easter for her.
No.
She's never gonna celebrate Easter.
But at least she rose. There we go. She rose again, like Jesus.
She sure did.
And she didn't have to wait till the third day, honey. She got back up a couple minutes.
Right. There we go.
Incredible.
I liked Salt Lake City this season. Do y'all think, or I'll say this, what do you think the difference is? I've heard people, when Margaret first came on the Housewives of New Jersey, people thought she was bragging about her affair because she got it out there. Yes, he was the contractor. We got together, but we've been together 20 years. Versus people saying about Monica, she honest, she out with it. Do y'all think there's a difference? Because for me, I was like, well, I never thought, despite what you may feel about Margaret's ways, I never got that she was bragging. I thought that she was getting ahead of the story. Like, this is what happened.
Nothing to brag about. Like,
yeah. So people were literally saying she was bragging. But with Monica, she almost gets praise. Like, she was out with it. And when you think about that, like her husband's sister's husband, 18 months. That's a long time.
It's really
y'all go together real bad.
Yeah. I think we can just attribute that to like how Housewives has evolved and the fans.
That's true.
And what the fans know about the show and how the show works. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's true.
Why they're like praising it now. Because I don't think it's anything to be praised, honestly.
Yeah.
But like, okay, yeah, put it out there because it's gonna come out anyway. Just like those people, you know, like politicians and shit. Like, what's in the closet?
Right.
Let's go ahead and get it out.
Most of them,
so that it's not a whole thing. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead and do it.
I've never. I don't know. That's never been my issue, like with a Margaret or who else, like an Eileen, because Eileen had the same situation.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's never. I think that like the way you handle it probably says a lot more. But I think in this case, it's that Monica has become like a fan favorite so fast.
Yeah,
and people now feel like their fan favorites can't be wrong. They feel like they have to like go with them on everything. And
that's
like,
true. Yeah. That's true.
Like we can call somebody out and then like and still love them. Like with the Housewives, I have no choice but to like them and call them out because
yes, you do, because you're having a tough time this season.
Ooh, you having a tough time. Speaking of that, real quick, jumping into Potomac, I was gonna say, even like with Candace. Now look. Yeah, here's where I stand with her and Robin. I understand that you felt how you felt. You chose to go out and do interviews and express to the public how you felt. Robin also has every right to feel how she feels about somebody who she thought was her friend. So to me, that issue, I'm looking at Candace like,
why don't you understand it? It's very simple.
Very simple. But I feel like Robin is more sensitive than what she puts off. So look at a Giselle and a Karen. Yeah. They've said the worst of the worst and still been able to come back. I think Candace thought, okay, my friendship with Robin was secure. So I can go out, do my interviews and say what I got to say. She'll know what I really mean. And then we'll get past this. But to Robin, I don't feel like Robin takes friendship lightly, if you know what I mean. So some people, that's my friend today, that's my friend today. So I feel like she really actually hurt Robin's feelings. And when Robin's feelings get hurt, she gets defensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, Candace, on this particular issue, like Sutton said, we're gonna have to let the mouse go. Because I can understand why Robin is like, yo, you done said all this stuff in an interview and then you text me. Are you mad at me? Even if she had a text Robin, I know you mad. And I was wrong. I was just feeling a certain type of way. And when I got in this interview, I said it. I think maybe Robin could even respect that. But in this situation, it's on you, sis. Like, say what you need to say. Nobody's arguing about what you said, but now you can't come back over here and be like, why are you mad at me? Like, I think Robin really considered you her friend. And I also feel like there's a disconnect with the viewers because nobody really saw Candace and Robin's relationship evolve. The only reason, because some people are like, oh, I don't believe it. Candace is just pulling this out of her behind. But I remember after that season 5 fight, Candace was on a podcast and the host asked her, who's checked on you? And she said, Wendy, and Robin calls and texts me all the time. So I think they built their friendship off camera.
They don't show that a lot either.
They don't show their friendship.
They both said that they were like really good friends.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all something? And I feel, you know how I am, like I'm so like support Black everything.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Potomac since I don't think like episode 4.
Me neither.
3 or 4.
I've watched clips.
The clips
I've
online.
watched it, and you haven't missed anything. It's
That's what I hear.
definitely like if you are watching it, you're on your phone. Like you're scrolling through TikToks, and then you're like, "Oh, what happened?" Nah, it don't matter. I'm not gonna rewind it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nothing there, and it's really sad. But
and because
even is too much for me.
Yes, but and even though think about it,
oh yeah,
sometimes when the fandom was too much, there were certain seasons when we were still engaged watching it, even fandom. But this season, it's just like what did it for me. And I was going to say, I will never forgive, but I have to forgive. But I will never forget is Michael Darby's wife. Because I forgot who it was, and I was calling her Ashley. That is not her name. Her name is.
I love this.
Michael Darby's wife took them to a place where they had chickens walking around expelling poop from their bodies on a bingo card.
Ew, why?
Like, why are we here?
Chicken.
Oh, that chicken shit bingo.
Yeah.
It's like a thing there, I guess. But like, why did we go to Austin in the first place? Also, like the things that we're doing in Austin, half of the stuff was done in the hotel.
Yeah.
In somebody's room or at the pool.
So can you imagine all three of us getting together and I'm like, I got a night planned out for us and I'm taking y'all someplace where chickens are pooping, on bingo cards?
No, because I thought you were my friend.
Right.
Yeah. And why would you think that I would want to do something like that? What have I shared with you that made you think, oh yeah, she would like this. This would be like a fun activity for us to do. No.
Right.
Are you joking?
Incensed that, like, honestly enraged me. The fact that this woman, who is probably really not getting a divorce, but saying she is so he don't have to appear on the show, took them to a place. Now I can't even order chicken wings or tenders because I don't feel right. Now they all in my face, they pooping on the cards, and now I'm supposed to order food. Like, it was disgusting.
Nasty.
The way they had them walking over broken gravel to get to the hotel. Mia, it's in that same episode. Now, I will say this. I haven't seen it from Mia either, but she gained a half a point of respect for me because, Raven, you saw it. You watched the episode, but Kendrick, if you didn't, Mia, Wendy, and Karen were out to eat, and there was a black crow. And so Mia,
I saw that clip.
Oh, is that your mom? Said, so I tweeted and said, now, Mia, girl, when y'all were walking back to the hotel, stepping over cracks, if Wendy looked down and said, is that your mom? How would you feel? I didn't tag this lady. I didn't do nothing. No, I said, would you still have that same mom joke energy?
Mm-hmm.
She gonna say, yup, with a heart in the comments. I said, well, then I respect you a little bit.
Right. Stand on this shit.
Yeah. But when that's what I'm saying, like, when the clap back, I'd have been like, is that your mama? I don't want to break her back because I know she. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the season to me is just so, like, I can't even. I remember
it's not like them.
No, and I
don't know what the problem is.
What's the problem?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, you don't. Yeah,
I know people are saying it's Giselle, but like, I don't think so. I don't know.
I think it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
One, it's that I don't think anybody is fully engaged right now. I don't know why, but nobody's fully like realizing y'all are shooting a show and we need to like get these kind of scenes. The other thing is, I think that I don't blame Giselle, but I think that so many people are saying you need this storyline, you need that, you need to stay out of people's business and all this kind of stuff. And I think now that she's kind of doing that this season, they kind of see how much they need somebody to push this shit along. And that's not like a shade to them. Every reality show needs somebody that's gonna be like, okay, hey, we need to do this. We come in here, we need to talk about it. If we go in there, we got to get it popping, like what we're doing. And I don't think anybody, if she set that ball down this season, nobody else bothered to pick it up. And that's what the problem is. We literally just seeing them like go to chicken shit bingo. Like, no.
And I feel like Carlos King made a very good point. If Giselle is going to be the HBIC
I'm sorry.
Raven made a sound when you said that.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think you'll agree with this point, Raven.
I agree with him sometimes. I just it's like,
He said,
"Oh my God, it's a lot."
There was a season on Atlanta. Remember when Nene wasn't getting along with Kenya? So then all the other girls were icing Kenya out too. He took Nene and said, "Is y'all beef really that deep? Something that you can't get past? Is it really? Because we trying to shoot a show, and it doesn't work when you're icing out cast member." And she said, "It ain't that deep." Kenya and Nene met up, and then the other girls were like, "Okay, cool. Nene talking to her. We gonna play ball." You know what I mean? And it wasn't like they were all friends, but then they became a group again. And for me, I feel like, Giselle, if you want to be mad about what she said, I get it. But also, you got to understand your part in it. And for me, we have seen instances where they've tried to ice out cast. I remember season 5 when people were like, "I feel so sorry for Monique. They're trying to ice her out." But Monique was trying to ice Candace out because she said it out her mouth at Ashley's house. So we've seen this. And at this point, I think we as a collect viewers, we're tired of seeing the ice out. We'd rather see the fallout than the ice out.
Yeah.
Right.
If y'all gonna
There's
argue
no
back and
fun
forth,
in
if
an
not,
ice out.
yeah, but to say I'm not gonna speak her name, it's like the cast is not gonna work that way. And then you have Candace breaking the fourth wall without breaking the fourth wall by saying she thinks my black ass ain't gonna still be here if she don't say it. So it's like, we know what y'all are talking about. Y'all ain't gotta be friends. I understand Candace's side, because I'm just gonna say if that was my husband, tweets would be the least of it. And I also see why Giselle feels like she spoke about my body, whatever. However, I don't like the fact that we're being forced to, it's like two different groups of people. Like, come on. Like, y'all are a cast. Y'all are a cast of people. And
this is such a random like tie-in to Zeus. I don't know why I'm tying it into Zeus, but I know.
Season 5.
I to hear it.
But this is why like I've been so frustrated, like even though I tune in regularly every Sunday, but this is why I get so pissed off like with this season of Baddies, because they're doing this thing where, like, they're having the girls stay in different houses.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no, yes, that pissed me off.
House A, house. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, if having this big of a cast is an issue, decrease the cast. Like, we need to be in one house, like, for this to make sense. Like, you got girls that hate the other girl not in this house, she's in the other one. What kind of sense does that make?
Right.
It's so dumb.
Like, if you're gonna fight 24/7, then so be it. But let's get together in one house.
Exactly.
So that's it. And there are way too many people on that cast. It's like a whole classroom full of people. It's ridiculous. And they keep bringing more in.
Right.
But that makes sense.
Never always revolving door. Like, why are all of y'all here? Like,
and is that
40
East
people
or West?
Jamaica. Like, what are we doing?
Is it East or West?
Oh, chat. We on East,
I think it's East.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's doing like Caribbean or something too. I just don't know why this is also off topic, but I need to get this off my chest. When you're on Zeus and you're going to watch Baddies, it's like Baddies East, Baddies West, Baddies South. It's like each a separate show, but it's not. Put it all together and have season 1, season 2.
My biggest pet peeve.
So annoying. Why are they
It's
doing
the worst
like
app, like in terms of like functionality. It's so terrible.
So then you got to try to figure out what you're supposed to be watching, pretty much.
Like, if Taria wanted to come in now and start Baddies, you would have to like literally scroll to the bottom of Zeus and find season 1. Like, it's not just like
you're
Baddies
gonna have to
collection.
ask us what it's called.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Even was season 1, I don't remember.
It's so dumb, right? It's so dumb.
So
like,
all that. I would think that were different franchises. Basically, if I went on it, I would think it was a north, a south, the east, the west.
Right, and the girl, like some of the girls carry over each season too. So like, it's even more confusing. It's like, well, this ain't a truly new. It's so dumb. Like, Zeus really, now that they got all this damn money, like invest in make it look like.
More streamlined,
right? Like HBO Max or something. Like Hulu's new layout is wonderful because like everything is on the side. You can go right to it and do something like that. Like this functionality feels cheap as fuck. Like, so
they're trying to keep the money that they're making. They're trying to, but what you said about the different houses, that sums up Potomac. That's what it feels like. We're watching two different houses, and
perfect.
I don't like that either, and it just makes it not fun. And I'm like, they can have it. I'm not even a thread interested. Like, if I'm going to talk about it, then I'll go make sure I watch a scene to get the context before and after, because I don't want to just be. But I'm like, I'm not even interested in this.
Right.
Speaking of Sunday nights, your interest isn't in Potomac. What about Married to Medicine?
That I do still watch. I'm behind an episode, but I do still. They're always hilarious to me.
Me too. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about Sweet Tea and Heavenly? I'm going to say this and then I'm backing up. I like how Sweet Tea has decided you just not going to say whatever you want to say to me. I'm going to say stuff back. I ain't scared of you. I'm going to say stuff. Now, I text y'all something. I text Raven and Kendrick. I was watching, shout out to Bondi Blue, I love her on YouTube, watching her recap of Married to Medicine. She does it live, and somebody in her comments said, Dr. Heavenly showed up to their last live looking like one of the Berenstain Bears with that shower cap on.
She so did, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this?
I had to do my due diligence and research. I was like, I think
Mama
I remember
Bear,
what looked like. She looked just like Mama Bear getting on that live.
Yep, Mama Bear had the little what we would call a bonnet, but the look, with the pink and
that's what it was, a bonnet, not a shower cap. Lord, but did Heavenly have on a bonnet or a shower cap?
Oh no, it was
sure.
some child
it was
looking.
Probably a bonnet, because wasn't she like, I'm in bed?
That's what I'm in bed. Yeah, the people say. The way she can't keep her eyes off Toya, though. Oh, I should have looked like Toya. Toya, let me. She comments about Toya and Toya's behind, or how beautiful Toya is, in almost every recap. It's almost like she got like a little bit of a girl crush on Toya.
She loves Toya. She don't respect. She don't think she's smart, but she loves Toya.
Yeah. Child, Toya be done flip that whole house upside down. Dr. Daddy be like, well, what happened to my wife?
Right. Yeah.
So what do y'all
I love them. I love that battle, because we need somebody like her and Simone don't get into it enough. And I feel like Simone is the only other person that's go to hell with Heaven. And I need somebody to go to hell with her. Right. Just Simone a little time off.
Yes, let her rest her voice. Like, she's gotta yell, as Cecil in The Boys.
Right.
I think it's great. I think it's hilarious, because like at the beginning of this season, when Sweet Tea came on and y'all saw how they were doing her, I was like, why did she come on this show?
Right.
Like, why would you agree to this? I would never do this, but like, this is not nice. Like, everybody's just coming at her. And I think she got sick of it, and she did the right thing. And she was like, no, y'all are not about to play me anymore. Like, that's enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all.
Now I'm mad.
Right.
And you're gonna get it.
Do y'all think by the time we see her next season, you think she's gonna like still look like Sweet Tea?
She's gonna look different.
Okay. You think she's gonna do the whole 360 and get
if she changes
any person?
I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah, but don't
unfortunately.
Were you gonna say
you want her to?
Yeah, she remain. I hope that she remains the same who she is.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful woman.
It might not be drastic, but she's gonna do something.
Yeah.
Something gonna happen.
She said that she wasn't all sucked and pulled and tucked like the other ladies. She was. It's a natural body, and so now,
like she looks great. Like,
right,
whatever. They just
what annoys
get on
me
my
is,
nerves with that shit.
Yeah,
leave her alone.
Like, people keep saying,
leave her alone. People are like shitting on like BBLs and all of that stuff.
Yes.
And then like here you have this like beautiful natural woman. It's like, well, we're gonna shit on her too. It's like, well, damn, what do I do?
Right. You're right.
The answer.
You're right. People are talking about women. Why are we talking about women's looks? But every time you turn around, they're talking about her looks.
Yeah, they're really mean to her. Like, it's not funny. The last video
with Heavenly,
it was like dark. No, this was by herself. I think she was talking about Heavenly, and people were like, I can't even listen because her face and that lip is dragging down and all of this shit. I was like, damn, you guys are being so mean
to me.
Oh my God. They're like, I can't even listen to what she's saying. Like, Okay, you guys.
Like, come on.
Right.
It's
Just
like a
leave
bit
the
much
live.
now.
Yeah,
Right.
right. To
Yeah.
me, I would never. I would just kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get off the live, like you said.
Right.
Like they drag her. People are saying, I wish that she would stop calling the ladies old. Her husband's old. She never said her husband wasn't old. She never said that. But the ladies have come after her, calling her little girl, little
Right.
girl. They used to
So
call.
what else is she supposed to say?
She's calling
Right.
them old ladies, and I'm not mad at it. I'm close to some of that. Well, I think that me and Toya are like the same age. I think maybe she might be a year older than me, maybe, or I might be. But I'm not offended because they keep calling that girl, that child. Look, see here I go. They keep calling that one grown woman.
But she is that's the thing. It's like what is she 30?
Yeah, she's grown.
Right. She's young.
30s?
Right.
And
okay. I mean, I'm 34. If I get on there and they're calling me little girl, I'm doing the same thing.
same thing.
Right.
Same
I'm like,
It's
thing.
like,
I don't know how old you are, but I know you're older than me. You got at least 15 years, so I'm calling you old.
Yeah.
Right.
And
See
my
that?
man has nothing to do with it.
The Potomac
No, but
Glory
he's old
years.
too. What's your
Right.
point?
Geriatric grandma. I know what she was getting ready to say.
Yes.
Candace called Sharice
Candace
a
and
geriatric
Sharice.
grandma. Yep.
She said, I'm not gonna argue with this little girl. She said, I'm not gonna argue with geriatric grandmas either. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like that's what you're supposed to do. If you
It's
battle,
fair.
battle. Right.
It's fair.
Right. I'm
Well, let me
supposed
ask
to
y'all.
like think about your feelings here.
Right.
Right.
No.
There is no
Yeah.
bar when you are Jones and are going back and forth. There is no bar. None.
No, and
And
you
see,
started it.
Yeah.
So
The reason,
don't.
right.
And then you won't be called old.
Right.
The reason I love Heavenly versus Sweet Tea is because even though I shouldn't love it, but when they were going to hell on that live, and she said, some your mama in hell did this, and Heavenly was like, well, my mama in hell got a better chance of having a baby. And you, like, I was
you
like,
on earth. I said,
right. I was like, okay.
Wow. So quick.
Right.
Well, how did you do that? How did you do that?
Both of y'all.
Because
See, I love anybody. Anybody can activate Heavenly like that, love it.
And you know
Love
she's
it.
bothered because if she wasn't,
Right.
like, you definitely know. Heavenly, it sounded like Heavenly told Sweet Tea to go to hell. She didn't tell Sweet Tea, but Sweet Tea got out of it what I got out of it. So it was just a yo mama. And so people were like, when you say yo mama, all bets are off. Dr. Heavenly has been saying yo mama since the beginning, but
she really has.
This hasn't finished the sentence.
She really has.
If somebody told Dr. Heavenly to go to hell, she would say, your mama, she just may not add on, can go to hell. So when she said what she said about how Sweet Tea said, your mama is in hell. I don't think she was dragging that lady's mama, and off the top of her head, you're not thinking about her mom being alive or dead.
Right.
No, she definitely, I remember making a compilation of Dr. Heavenly saying,
that white girl.
I'm going to have to find it.
Yes.
But
when the white girl, that was the
funny?
best.
Yes, about that live. I think I texted y'all. I was dying because Sweet Tea was getting so worked up. What is that other one?
Alicia, Dr. Alicia.
Because Sweet Tea was getting closer and closer to the screen, like she was, and that girl was holding her back. Like she can't get to her. It's
She's
fine.
not
You
here.
don't hold her back right now. No, she's not here. It's fine. Let her go.
Let her get as close as she wants to the screen.
Right.
Yeah. That
was funny. And I mean, but she was going back and forth. But see, I can understand Sweet Tea's frustration when she did that live and she was like, how much can a person take? They brought you on this. They sought you out. They saw you with Dr. Greg at Dr. Jackie's 50 Shades of Pink. They wanted you to be on the show then, but they weren't even engaged. Then they saw them she said they saw them on the golf course. And she said she saw, this makes sense now. She said she saw Dr. Heavenly's phone. Let me go back. She did an interview with Aaron on YouTube. I forget, House of Aaron on YouTube just recently. She said, then they saw her on a golf course. Her and Dr. Gregory were engaged then, and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone were on a golf course. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly, were on the golf course, came up to her again about being on the show. She says she noticed Heavenly had her phone out. She was like, she probably was recording me or taking a picture or whatever. Jump to Heavenly being on her live a few weeks back with Carlos, saying Quad wasn't upset about me mentioning Sweet Tea being on the show because I saw Sweet Tea out. And I even sent Quad the video and we was laughing and Quad was like, oh, look at her. And I said, so you saw her send a recording to Quad. You and Quad was talking about her then. And now, like, I give her, when I watch that interview, I give her respect for sitting through that interview and still being, whether it was the front for the cameras or not, but not being angry, because I would be ready to fight Heavenly. Like she said, every time I turn around, Heavenly is talking about my body parts.
And it's weird.
It's so weird.
Right.
Put that can of formula in your cabinet, Heavenly. That Enfamil you got in your cabinet, in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Like I feel for Sweet. I do.
Yeah.
Do y'all?
I wish she wouldn't have come on. I mean, it's great.
No, I know what you mean. It's like,
I would have advised against it.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Don't come in here. This is not going to be good for you. You're not going to have a good time.
No. Now, what do y'all think about her moving into Dr. Gregory's house? Because it is not Quad's house. It's Dr. Gregory's house, and I believe it was his house before he got with Quad. But people are saying, ain't no way I would move in a house that another woman lived in. In her interview, she said the house is almost paid off. It will be, she said, and I like the house. It would be foolish of me to go insist that he buy another house when we're almost done, and that we could take that money we've already talked about and buying investment properties and traveling. So what do y'all think about moving into a house that your current husband lived with his ex?
Yeah, I would rather not. If I'm being completely honest.
Right.
It's weird. We're sleeping in the same room. It's weird. Like,
would you?
Spirit is in here.
I see. Okay, so you're saying you would, but would you?
Yeah, I mean, what she said makes sense, but we're gonna have to get out of here. We're not gonna stay here. There has to be an end date on it. I don't feel comfortable.
Okay,
okay. You want to pay it off?
Greg's house, like, rent it or something. I don't know. I don't.
And let it make income for you. You're saying
that just would be so weird to me. We're like cooking. I'm cooking in the same spot that it used to be her. You just like plopped me in here instead of.
What if you renovate?
And he probably clapped your cheeks over there before too. It's like, yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I get it.
That just would always be in my head.
Yeah, I get
Maybe
it.
a renovation. I don't know. I can't promise.
Renovation. That's a good answer.
Renovation. Listen, I thought about it. I'm putting my whole. I didn't put my whole imprint on this house. God forbid if somewhere happened, another lady, you gonna fill me in the walls, right? I'd be like, you gonna walk by, boo, nigga? What? I'm here.
Exactly.
Because I'm a hunch ass for the rest of my days.
Yeah.
Period.
I absolutely would. Like, this was my shit.
Right.
I was here.
You're gonna be like, why is my meat so salty? Child, and tipped it up. My spirit didn't.
Oops.
You know what? I don't mind being in the same home, but you got to let me, like, at least, like, if not renovation, you got to let me decorate this motherfucker entirely different where it looks like a new space. Like, let me call in
whatever I want.
Toya, bring your ass over here. Help me pick out a new couch. I need a new couch for in here, a new desk, whatever. Like, we doing all this shit different, so it don't even look like it. So they can't come over here and say, "Oh, this ain't quiet furniture, is it? This ain't this ain't that." You know, Heavenly knows how to get under motherfucking skin.
Yes,
Heavenly knows how to get under somebody's skin, because that would piss me the hell off too. Like, don't be calling this Quad house.
Yes,
right? That's here and I don't know how long.
Nasty. Yeah, but what we do know that got replaced was the bed, the mattress. Because remember, he was like, she took the Tempur-Pedic.
Oh yeah.
So that at least is already, out of there.
True.
We've got a new mattress.
They got a new mattress.
Big no.
Listen, they would. What I would have wanted was take everything out of here. We paint, and we may have to stay somewhere for a few weeks. We got to repaint. Like you said, it's going to be a complete. It's not even going to look like the same house. It's got to look.
If it's paid off, then I'm gonna stay. But we got to make this motherfucker look different, okay?
Or
we gonna do
need to be done.
Or that was an option too.
To it too.
Rent it out. You said add a wing over there.
Right.
Or
like Candy got a whole nother little house.
A whole nother house.
So yeah, give me a new little house. Give me a new little house. Damn
a new little house out there, baby. You're not coming in. That's your house.
You're right.
This is my
spirit still in there, right?
Yes.
So
over here.
Do y'all think, or what do y'all think about them voting Quad off the island?
That was wild to me. How are they allowed to do that? Ooh. I'm not leaving until I'm ready.
But wait,
okay.
you know what it reminds me of? Now, listen, I got to give it to him when I give it to him. Real Housewives of New York. Ramona was trying to be good to Bethany so they could go on her tequila tasting trip. And she was like, I'm going to be nice, so I want to go. Bethany was getting ready to invite her. They got to arguing. Bethany said, you're not going. Ramona said, I am going. Oh, I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, this is the cash trip. So I'm going. And she went. So with Quad, can you imagine them asking you to leave? Like, did y'all agree? Did y'all understand what they were saying? Like, by breaking but not breaking the fourth wall? Like, do y'all want her to come back?
Yeah. She's always acting like she don't need them, she don't like them. Remember that whole thing with the sister circle? She was like, these are my sisters, these are my friends, in front of their faces.
Yeah.
So, that was crazy. So
Quad made her bed.
She did several times.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy about it.
Right.
It had to feel
whatever.
It had to be embarrassing. That's my thing. Like, that was embarrassing.
I think it was because she wasn't saying she didn't react the way that I thought she would.
Right.
So she kind of know that they were making points and
clearly. I believed everybody in that scenario. I believe what Heavenly was saying about she was using her because then she couldn't, she wasn't gonna be able to film over here and do all this kind of stuff. So I believe all of that. But we've also seen how Quad has acted towards them for years now. And it's always kind of felt like she was bigger than the show and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, well, you can only do that to people for so long before they're like, we don't need you here because you barely be here anyway. So I mean, I get that. Do I hate it? Yes, because I don't like to see any of the people driven out in that way.
Yeah.
But also, and I know people say have a lot to say about this, but you know how I feel how they treated Mariah. Let me tell you something about karma.
Mariah always come. Woo. And some people were like, Simone led the charge against Mariah, but Quad participated in the charge. And you don't know who it's going to hit in your group, but it's going to hit. I said the same thing. You were a part of that. And now look what happened to you. I want us to be friends. Girl, y'all don't talk off.
You don't want to be friends.
Right.
You would be.
And Dr. Jackie brought up,
stop
like,
lying
we'll call you
now.
Yeah. You don't want to be friends. You want to be friends on the show. And Dr. Jackie made a comment like, you call Quad, she don't call you back for weeks. And Quad was like basically agree, like, yeah, that's true. But it's like, to me, I couldn't suspend reality and ignore everything they're saying. And when Dr. Heavenly said, I feel like you're using me, duh, she is. Like,
yeah.
I felt bad, but I'm not, listen, I know, who knows if she'll come back next season. I do believe she's going to get to this reunion and give us another Quad Luther King monologue.
Oh, Lord.
Absolutely.
So absolutely. I don't know. But I will say this. There's nothing I would trust about Heavenly. The only person that can trust Dr. Heavenly is Jackie. And that's because Dr. Heavenly in her mind feels like Jackie is a notch above her. So she shows deference to Jackie, not necessarily a friendship, but I don't see how they still tell Heavenly stuff.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
No,
was that last season when they were like doing the intervention with her?
And she was laughing.
She laughed the whole time. Stupendous.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was good. And Quad was like, y'all messy for this. Y'all messy for this.
That was so good.
Do y'all miss Dr. Contessa?
No. But I wouldn't mind if she was there, but like, no, I don't miss her. Not that you bring it up,
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I don't have anything against her.
Right.
From what I can remember.
Now she was one because I feel like she did leave shoes to fill. I'll say that she's been there a while, and she was always willing to go to hell with Heavenly too. Like she wasn't as good as with with the reads and all that stuff, but she was ready to fight Heavenly at a moment's notice, and that's the energy they need on this damn show. You got to have folk, like at least 2 people on the show at all times that's willing to jump Heavenly, because otherwise
that's what I'm like.
Go lose.
She's the easy read. Like, tell her, like, you better walk out of this conversation like that wig is walking back from your forehead, girl. Get out of my face. Like,
how they let Heavenly get a beauty store is crazy to me.
It
crazy.
Is.
Heavenly, I say she's a beautiful woman, but whenever I think of Heavenly and like her style and her dress, just stick with me here. You know how you have.
I hate it when you say this. What are you about to say?
Right.
You know how you have church clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was always somebody in your church. I'm not talking about like the high schoolers or the kids, but a woman in the church who would have her dress clothes on, and she would probably be like a flowered like dress that was definitely for church with the buttons, and she would have her black stockings on and her block heel, and she didn't have church purses. Her church purse was her work purse that she used, so it had the long leather strap, the big leather body,
hanging on by the grace of God,
and then she throw a starter jacket on top of it instead of a church coat on top of it.
Oh Lord,
that's who Heavenly is to me. She has the church dress with the starter jacket on top and the Monday through Friday work purse on, and not her church purse. She just sometimes just don't quite get it.
I haven't gotten over those wigs that like they modeled. That was my big issue with it. Like y'all let Heavenly open up a beauty store, but then had this fashion show where they was modeling these wigs. And one of the models at that fashion show was Trick Daddy's girlfriend.
Yes.
Nikki Natural. Was
I know you talking about. I don't remember her name, but I know you talking about. Yeah.
I was like, I hate all of this. I hate everything about this fashion show. Every wig that came down this runway looks like somebody had a storm wig. Like it was a lot going on. I hated everything about that. And the fact that she wants Laura to go to college and come back and take over this business, Heavenly, please stop it.
I'm gonna tell you,
like, be serious, and that's what Laura said. She's like, no, and don't hand it over to me either, because I will be selling it.
Right,
Laura.
I'm not working in the store no more.
You know what you should do? Get a contract with Tyler Perry Studios with them wigs, because those are the type of wigs that everybody wears in all his productions.
Excellent idea.
Braided wigs, all
of that stuff. But yeah, so Dr. Heavenly. And she like she just reminds me of a person like Mariah said, like she needs to be pressure washed, like blow all that old away and we're gonna start over.
Very much that.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm enjoying the season too. People were calling the last couple episodes boring, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I love the shade, the back and forth, but like I don't need I don't need fighting every episode.
Yeah,
no, it's nice to giggle a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
And they're funny.
Actually funny. So yeah.
Yes. I liked when they were all sitting out when they were talking to Phaedra about needing a man, and Phaedra was like, that's nice. That works for your household.
Mm-hmm.
But then she also gave Toya props. I'm proud of you and being able to see what you're doing with your wine,
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree. Last question about Married to Medicine, unless y'all have anything else that you want to talk about with it. What did y'all think about the Toya and Eugene scene? Because I feel like I could understand where Toya was coming from. I also see how that looked. Like I felt like she's saying he's working, he's this, he's that. Where's the romance we used to have? But I also understand he's working, he's this, he's that. This may be a season when you may have to do a little extra. But I don't think she's wrong for being honest with him and saying, hey, I want more from you. What do y'all think?
No, she definitely should be honest with him about it, with what she wants. However, a lot of the things that Toya wants, like a new house every season or whatever else she wants. I mean, he's working himself to death
literally
so that he can provide whatever she wants. So it's like, do you want the things or do you want the time with me? Because I can't do both. I just cannot make that happen.
Physically.
Like, he tries so hard. No, he literally cannot do it. And he tries so hard for her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, damn, you got to give him a break somewhere.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I can work a little less, but then maybe you can't buy you know, whatever expensive thing it is that you want. And then I can like plan something romantic and we can do that.
We might have to stay in this house. We might have to stay here for a while, but I can work a little less and I can do a little. I completely agree with you. I first of all, Toy and Eugene have always been my favorite marriage couple. I don't know something about them because like Eugene, despite her working the hell out that man, he still be so damn happy and positive, and people like, you know, they called her a gold digger for so long, but like they really like mesh for me, right? They really mesh for me. So I love them together.
They are in love.
Yeah, right. I believe that. Yeah,
I love it.
Toya do a lot though. Toya does a lot, and it's like, I would be so damn tired every day if, honestly, I would. You know what? If sometimes if I was Eugene, I would probably have to come to her and just say, look, I worked 18 hours today. And I'm only coming home because these people told me that like I met my max and they literally couldn't afford to let me go, but I literally have to come home at this point. Is it okay for you to take the lead in this category? And I will make sure that I'm always there for. So like you plan the dinner, I will always show up on time with a gift. If you want us to go on a nice trip, pick whatever city you want us to go to, countries, continent, it don't matter. And I'll be there with bells and whistles on. But damn it, I got to sleep in these other hours because if I don't, I'm a motherfucking be trying to cut over somebody and fall down asleep mid-cut. Like I can't keep doing this.
And then we're like, really gonna be in a pickle.
Exactly. Right. Because like, help me out. Meet me halfway.
He can't do it all.
He stepped down from the emergency room to do less hours. So it's like, okay, he made an effort there. And I feel like some of it was kind of like joking a little bit, like, I'm gonna give it a 7. Like, I hope. Like, how'd I do? I'm gonna give it a 7.5. But like, did they cut out the part where she was like just playing? Like, I don't know.
Right.
So I'm like,
I don't think she was playing.
You think she was? It was really a 7.5 because it was something that he wanted to do.
Yeah, because she said it wasn't something that she would want to do.
What to do?
Like, I also get.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So yeah, because that can happen, right? And it's like, well, did you plan this for me or did you plan it for you? This isn't really something that I would, and I think that you know that.
I was gonna say,
right?
We've been together long enough,
but. Fine.
7.5.
Thank you.
Eugene might need his own practice to where he can like reap the benefits of like something like that, of like having other doctors on calls, like do all this kind of stuff and you getting your percentage off top. And you know, obviously keeping your clients and all that kind of stuff, but he might benefit to like move into private practice instead of like working at a hospital, because that hospital gonna be tearing your ass up as long as you're there.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know honestly, I said all of it earlier, but I don't even know what a middle ground looks like for a doctor. Right. Like, what does it look like for a doctor? I don't know.
So right.
Even like when I watch Suits, the lawyers on there, they work from sun up to sundown. I'm like,
yes,
going home.
Go
home. Yeah.
I don't know. Can't be me.
I was thinking, other than that season when they were in financial trouble, you know, with the IRS and with their taxes, they got that straightened out. I remember, what was it, last reunion when Toya was like, I actually make more than Eugene, and Heavenly, because of course she can't hold water, had said on one of her lives, like basically they make like 800 and some thousand or more a season. And I think Eugene made like 7 something. So technically she
is the breadwinner.
Yeah. And then she has all these like
crazy.
I don't know why that's funny to me. It's like actually not funny. I don't know why I did that.
And I guess because they can't acknowledge that on the show.
So
it's like, but here's a point somebody made, and I want to see what y'all think. Outside of if they can't pay their bills, because if they're moving every season, but they're paying their bills, whatever. Somebody said, why is it that we can't enjoy this Black woman living a life of leisure, playing tennis for 6 hours, just drinking wine and not having a business? If it was one of the white housewives, we wouldn't blink. So what do y'all think about that?
Agreed.
I love it for her.
Right.
I want that for me. Are you kidding? Like,
right.
No, that's great.
Me too.
I want to see more of us living like that.
Absolutely.
I'm not
That's
mad.
what I like to see on TV.
Yeah. You just got to make sure your stuff is taken care of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I agree with that. All right, and then the last thing, because I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. Beverly Hills, what are your thoughts? What about 8.5? Crystal, Sutton, all of that. I'm just going to say I'm willing. People that have listened to me long enough know how I feel about Sutton. I'm willing to suspend that and admit that she is bringing me a level of enjoyment on, I almost choked. The show. My esophagus is closing up. I'm willing to admit that, but I'm enjoying Beverly Hills this season. What do y'all think?
Same. I'm so glad Lisa Rinna's gone. Get out of here. Like now,
Your
enjoyment. Right. Now we can actually watch it and just like enjoy it like another Housewives show. Like it was so dark for so long. Like they were annoying the hell out of me. Like we had to like expose somebody as a lesbian and like pull them out the closet. We had to like do all this like Kathy Hilton stuff. It's like, can we just have a season where we arguing about like somebody's esophagus? Like I'm okay with that. Like right. I'm like I'm okay with it. Like this is. How do y'all feel about Anne Marie?
She's getting on my nerves. I think she's kind of weird. Look, you love her, don't you?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
You look. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have to jump him.
I know how you do sometimes with these people.
I do probably have a different opinion. I know.
Yes.
So she's worse.
Very weird.
She is. She worrisome as hell. But I don't think she should be a one and done. I'll say that. I think she should get another season to come back because I hate the one season. Oh, fans hate them. We letting the fans cast the show. Let's get her out of here. Because if you think about it, some of the best Housewives came from like being hated so badly by the public at first, and then went on to like we wouldn't have Kenya or Portia at this point had we like gotten rid of like first season.
Yeah,
but like there are so many like across the board, like not even just like Atlanta, but across the board. So like I always hate the one and done thing. Like if it's a Jenny, then absolutely get her out of here. If it's a Diana, get her out of here. Like they bad fits. Doing too much online, like showing who you really are, that kind of stuff. That situation one and done is fine. But like otherwise, I think people should at least have 2 seasons to like show who they are. And I like that she isn't afraid to like argue with anybody. And like she get it started like when she want to. It's just she picking a boring topic to get it started about. That's the issue.
Weird topic.
A really weird topic. Yeah.
And Kyle started it, and Kyle always starts the win.
Always.
Kyle was putting that lipstick on and said, "Don't forget to bring up the esophagus," and Anne Marie brought up that esophagus, and ever since then,
sniper from the side.
She's
that's what I said. I always thought
she the rock and hides her hand every time. Every time,
and people think that I've heard people say she got it from Lisa Vanderpump. No, I think that was Kyle.
No,
and I think that's why they worked well together. Yeah. I was like, Kai, we saw literally put on lipstick, say to Anne Marie, "Don't forget about the esophagus," and boom, Anne Marie brings up the esophagus, and now she done left you in the wind.
Right.
She didn't watch the show before.
Right. I
had a friend.
I don't know why. I got probably controversial takes about this whole ASA thing, this like message they put out. I'm gonna say I actually hated it. Like that like the what is it, the Association of
Anesthesiologists something. Yes.
Yeah, they put out a message like, but they didn't just like say that like we condemn like Anne Marie. They put out a message like saying why they're so different than CRNAs. They were like, we go to medical school, they don't. They do this, and so they like.
Okay, well, like, that's uncalled for.
And their caption says, "You're like the Real Housewives can spot a fake."
So I'm like, so everybody catching a stray because y'all don't like Anne Marie? Like, dang.
They are even. Why are y'all even addressing this? That's weird to me.
Super weird.
Y'all look crazy. Why are you?
I wanted to look it up to show y'all.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing for them.
They literally, I was like, yo, I have to be honest.
Leave us alone.
I don't care for her, but they said they had a picture of her, and like what Kendrick said, what anesthesiologists do and what nurse anesthetists do, and their caption: "The Real Housewives know a fake. Anesthesiologists are medical doctors with more than 12 years of higher education and up to 16,000 hours of clinical training. Title misappropriation has no place in healthcare." And I did kind of like,
It's
but
a
do
lot.
we believe that she said she was an anesthesiologist?
All we got to go
like,
off is Crystal's word. It's like,
That's why, and I love
it's
Crystal, but it's like that's just hearsay. Like we doing all
exactly.
this, all of this because
Like,
of what Crystal said.
the only
Christmas
thing,
right, and it's like, Crystal, you don't like her, so this would be an easy thing to just
for you
say
to
about
say.
her that
the only
which
thing we
is
can,
fine.
yeah, well, I was going to say,
right. Love
the only
that,
thing
but
we can
dang.
go off of
Yeah.
is watching her say, I didn't say that about the eating disorder, and I didn't say she was lying. And it's like, well, run the tape. You did.
Yeah.
So
So
if
you
that
literally
is
just
indicative,
did.
yeah, if that's indicative of her memory, then maybe you did say, or maybe you said,
But it's
and
like,
that's,
why would you say that?
well, I was
That's
right.
like, why are you lying about what you do? I don't think anyone would be like, oh, you're a nurse anesthetist.
yeah,
Right.
You ain't no anesthesiologist. So.
my mouth struggles with that
Like,
word
who
so
would say
bad.
that?
Yeah. Like, why? Because why would they care? And then, but now it's become a housewives thing, which is what I think Crystal maybe is upset because she wanted to go to medical school. You didn't go
I was
either.
like, okay, girl.
Then, so why am I mad at you?
No one
Right.
here went.
Right.
Nobody in this group.
None of us.
No one
No.
went.
And I do find it interesting. She called out the ASA, which I agree. I understand her calling him out. She called out Dr. Nicole, but she didn't call out Dr. Tiffany. And I know you had to see with Dr. Tiffany. And maybe that's because maybe Dr. Tiffany isn't a housewife any longer. I don't know. But if you Dr. Tiffany
feel
called
like
her,
Dr. Nicole,
say
if Dr. Nicole is doing something for clout and she's on a show, and she's been on the show, and everyone knows who she is, Dr. Tiffany Moon. So what is she doing?
right,
Why isn't it for the same reason?
right.
Also, you got to stop saying that people are doing things for clout to be relevant. And no one knows you, babe. You just got here.
Right.
What are you talking about? You can't say that.
That's what's coming in this upcoming episode.
Like, are you clout off of who? You?
That's not how clout works.
No.
At all. And I love Dr. Nicole's answer on Watch What Happens Live. I was like, you better read a little something.
This is like, it's moments like this where I really want to almost offer a class to housewives on like how to read or how to like get somebody together. Like if you want, you want to go the clout chasing route, fine. Okay, let's go that route. You got to bring up Miami's ratings compared to y'all. Like you got to do something better than that. Like say, well, she probably just clout chasing, trying to ride our coattails since that little show about to get canceled and take their ass back to Peacock. That's what you should have said. Something mean like that.
Yes.
You gotta be, that was way too classy for me. Like you're not winning that battle like clout chasing out for you when we've seen you in 3 episodes. Like that's not happening, sis. Sorry. I just want to help.
You said you just want to help.
I just want to help.
That when she didn't go on the trip with them, they filmed separate scenes, but they edit them out because of the noise of surrounding her husband, the accusation surrounding Marcellus, her husband.
I'm wondering why that hasn't come up yet. Like I've been like, I wonder if it will later in the season, but like surely, like, Garcelle and Sutton, they looking at them like pages and they see like the tablets. I'm surprised no one's mentioned it so far, right?
And there was a thread.
Is going to say something.
Yeah, there's a thread of a former Columbia person that worked in the Office of Student Engagement and said that his accuser came to the school like with the accusations. And they brushed him under the rug, honey, and made that and had him do a semester at home.
Wow.
So the school knew what was going on. And then if you get in them comments, people were like, "Oh, I went there with him." I was trying to find it. Yes, this is what somebody said. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I worked for the Dean of Students office during this time. Multiple victims came forward. Despite knowing there was a pattern, the Columbia administration convinced each of the victims that they were at fault so they wouldn't press charges. And then the thread goes on.
Wow.
That's
terrible.
It's alarming. Yeah, that's very alarming.
At 8.5.
Right.
Ken, what is that?
What
are
you brag about? Right.
And I would never tell anyone that. First of all, I'm not marrying you because why are you rating me? I didn't ask for that.
Right.
I'm like, what are your ratings? If that's what we're gonna do.
And then called her body, but your body is a 9 or a 10 or something like that. He said, really?
Are you insane? You know what? You know what? They are probably that damn couple that had the bet
I was just about
to slim down to get engaged, because that sounds like the same type of foolishness.
Yes, I'm about to say they can be best friends.
That is good.
Don't rate me, but if you are, I'm so sorry. It needs to be 10s across the board.
Okay.
Are you insane? I'm
10,
your
10,
wife.
10 on
I'm your wife.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'm your wife. I'm not your
Get outta
little
here.
girlfriend. I'm not your.
No.
Even to rate your girlfriend to her, like,
It's weird. Why are you rating people?
period.
Right.
You're an
This is
8.5.
the Olympics? No.
So what? You're an A- at everything. Well, not even. That's a B. That's a B.
No,
You're a
it's a
B
B?
plus at everything you do.
Mm-mm.
Kyle and Mauricio.
No.
What do y'all think?
Child,
man.
get divorced and going on.
Yeah, please. And,
Like,
and
what
get
y'all
out,
doing?
leave us alone. Like, Kyle loves this. I'm sorry
That's
to
what I
say
think.
it.
That's why she
She's
keeps
eating
bringing
it up. Yeah, right. No one else is bringing it up. She keeps pushing it up there. Like, can you guys talk about this? Forget about the esophagus. Oh, talk about this. Let me take my rings off
I was.
so that we can, like, somebody can say something.
What
Like,
about at the
Right.
auction when she was like, "This looks like the ring he
oh.
bought me when he cheated on me." Ha ha ha.
Like, why are you saying that?
Like,
Because
girl,
you
we
didn't think it
moved
was.
on.
Now you think it's funny.
Yeah, because you didn't think it
Right.
was funny before.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Girl.
that is.
Yeah, like Kendrick said, just go ahead and get the divorce
And
leave us
move
out of
on.
it,
And move
Please.
on.
take, the money and just do whatever you want to do.
Dorit
I
and Garcelle. People are saying Garcelle's making something out of nothing. I'm sick of myself, by the way, because I keep forgetting to close the
Why are you
blind.
sick of
Now I just look like I'm.
You look like you're glowing.
Let me sit back here.
Now you look crazy. That didn't look comfortable at all.
And I can't even get up and close the blind because my shorts are about this big.
Oh,
Y'all see a
that
bit of
big.
everything. I would have to charge.
Oh,
Well,
child.
maybe
you ain't got a
should do
BBL recently, have you?
No.
not swollen, nothing.
I would be
Right.
sitting up like this.
Hanging out.
Can't sit on it. But Woody, I was trying to adjust a little bit. Sorry, YouTube people that are watching. Just give me a break on this one, okay? I forgot. But what do y'all think about Dorit and Garcelle, and even Dorit and her PTSD?
I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
Both things.
Yeah.
Like, and the conversations around it, it's like so exhausting.
Yeah.
Because we know what it is.
Yes.
And like
We
for people
know.
to be like, no, that's not what it is. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, you guys. Let's rewind back to 2020 when everyone wanted to listen and learn. So you forgot, you weren't listening. You didn't retain anything that we told you, and we spent a lot of time doing this. Okay.
A lot of time
Like,
letting y'all listen and learn.
Myself. Yeah. Yeah. So now you can just go to hell, because there's no reason. Dorit is always coming at Garcelle in a different way than she is everyone else. And there's no reason for it. It's always something stupid. And why are you bringing up the fact that you're Jewish?
Girl.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about here.
At all.
If you want to have a conversation about that, like later, sure, we can talk about you being Jewish and like your experience and all of that, but not before we address what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Because don't piss me off.
I'm the same as you, but you're not, though. You're not the same as me. I wish people would go back to and remember Garcelle asked Dorit, basically, do your kids see anybody Black like around you other than the people that work with you? And her answer was, my mom's best friend is Black.
Right.
So,
like,
which tells
answer.
You wrong.
Right.
So no.
And some people can say,
You're
okay,
not even
well,
your best
said
friend?
congratulations.
Your mom?
That's right. Yes, she did. She said congratulations.
I can hear her.
I'm picturing the look on her face.
Right.
Said that. And then people say, well, maybe because of where they can make up whatever. Okay, maybe because who she's surrounded by, she only has white friends. If that is the case, then now would be the time to listen when a Black woman is sitting in your face saying, this is how it makes, because you don't have interactions with Black women around you.
Right.
And stop trying to reach and say that there is one way over here that my mom is friends with. Like, girl, no, that doesn't count for anything.
In that conversation, one of the other things she said was that we've had brown and black people working for us for years and all. So like your kids have never seen you in a relationship with a minority that wasn't like them being your subordinate, quote unquote.
Right.
That's probably how you walking around treating everybody that doesn't look like you. So it's like
subconsciously, yes.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is with her. It's definitely subconscious. Or unconscious.
He did say that.
Whatever it is.
Right.
But again, I guess people forgot about that.
Right.
Yeah. It's not always like outright, you're using the N-word and you're doing things like this.
Thank you. It's not.
That's not the only way.
And quite honestly, and I'm going to just go ahead and say it, I'm watching Black folks online talking about they're sick of Garcelle using the race card. They're sick of, again, we had this white woman say they've had Black and brown people working for them for years. She's asked, does she have Black and brown people in her circle? And she says, my mom's best friend is Black. So again, even if we're not saying we're not calling her racist. We're not saying she's doing these things on purpose. However, intent versus impact. And like you said, they were listening and learning in 2020. Now that's gone out the window.
Right.
Shocker.
When I tell you,
it looks like it was a moment, not a movement.
Just right.
Just like we knew.
Who knew?
We knew. And I want them to stop just dropping Black folks randomly in these casts. Keep it the way you got it. If it's not authentic or organic, shout out to Nene. Keep it the way.
You remember when she said she was going out?
It's not working. It's not.
She was going out to Hollywood to audition.
Oh man,
bridesmaid. A bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid.
Miss Nene Leakes. Guess we'll have to go to Zeus to watch her.
Right.
Absolutely will.
Erica Jane, how do y'all feel about her this season?
I love her.
I have to be honest too.
And being evil. That's my favorite version of her. It was so funny. She was like not a real person. Not a real person when she was acting like that. And this time when she was saying that she was like giving up arguing for Lent, I was like, pick something else.
Yeah, like,
I need to see you fighting. Pick something else.
She said, where I'm from, yes, ma'am, will get you slapped. I said, well, it depends on who's saying it, ma'am.
And
right.
Letting you know, yeah,
you make it
those ma'ams. Yeah,
listen. I will say this. Sutton is definitely giving. Thank God the sun is finally going down. Hello.
It's her season.
I'm like, I look normal now. Sutton is definitely giving. Also, I just have to say, Sutton is that white woman who wants to center herself with everything, whether it's stomping out of the Magic Mike, whether it's so lighting up a weed cigarette all of a sudden, whether it's talking about her MP, her magical puss. Like, I feel like, mind you, this is the woman that stomped out of Magic Mike because she's on the ballet board.
Right.
But I will say, any sense. Come up with something else.
Yes.
Come up with something else.
Now, I will say, when she told Anne Marie, you picked the wrong one, I said, come on now. Okay.
Right.
Get her.